Ayo, what's poppin', my fellow music lovers and listeners? Welcome back to Multi-Faceted Media Entertainment, and today got a brand new video for you guys. Now, for our first video of 2023, we're gonna be going over the albums that I'm anticipating most that could potentially drop this year. Some of these have been confirmed, so we're gonna be starting out with those, and some of these are just hopeful speculations. So, first up, we have Lana Del Rey, which she already announced that she'll be dropping an album in, I think, February called Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Oceans Boulevard. She already released the title track for the album, which was absolutely amazing in my opinion. So considering the quality of that track and what we know Lana is good for, I'm really excited to hear what she'll be bringing to the table on the full project. Cannot wait. And also, the new Gorillaz record is slated to drop early this year as well. I think it was announced last year that it will be dropping in February also. So I'm hella excited for that one. We've pretty much gotten most of the tracks from that album already, and all of them have been fire, in my opinion, so far. So yeah, man, hella excited to hear the full project. I cannot wait. Next up, we have hopefully 21 Pilots. Now 21 Pilots released an album called Scaled and Icy way back in 2021. Was not a fan of that project whatsoever. It was very drab and boring, and the instrumentation was not anything to write home about. The topics weren't either, and it was just delivered in a very unenthusiastic and mid way, in my opinion. But I do love Trench, one of my favorite albums, my favorite album of theirs, and one of my favorite albums of all time. So I am anticipating, hoping that they will drop an album this year that will kind of make up for what Scaled and Icy was or could have been. But yeah, man. Next up, we have J. Cole. I actually wouldn't be mad if J. Cole did not release this year, considering the fact that his last album is still in rotation for me and has aged quite well. I'm still enjoying tracks off this album to this day, so it would be fine if J. Cole decides to take another year off. But if he does not, I'm hella excited to hear what he'll be bringing next, especially given the quality of that record. Next up, can we please get a Sampha album this year? It's been way too long, man. Sampha's last album process was so phenomenal, and he has not released anything outside of a few collaborations with the likes of Kendrick Lamar and I think Drake since as well. I'm itching for new Sampha music, man, and I cannot be the only one. Please drop an album this year. Also, A$AP Rocky. I think it's confirmed now that he'll be dropping this year. Not quite sure when. I don't think the release date is confirmed as yet, but I'm dying for new A$AP Rocky music as well, man. Come on, we've been waiting for too long. You're getting to Kendrick Lamar levels of ridiculous at this point. Please, A$AP, drop an album this year. It will be phenomenal. And Travis Scott, of course. We all know what happened. I think it was last year. Was it the year before? Yeah, it was last year with the whole Astroworld tragedy. And it is quite likely that we would have gotten an album from Travis last year, being Utopia, if that tragedy didn't occur. But regardless, I am still excited, man, to hear new Travis Scott music. Quite frankly, I wasn't the biggest fan of his contributions to the Metro Boomin album. I think he kind of had the worst addition to that project. But I'm still hoping he can get in his bag and release an album that is quality, at least as his last albums were, Astroworld, Rodeo. But yeah, man. Next up, hopefully we can get a Rihanna album this year as well. We did get a few teasers, or at least a few singles from Rihanna for the Black Panther soundtrack last year. But hopefully we can get a full uninterrupted Rihanna project this year, given just how fantastic her vocal performances were, especially on the leading track to the album, to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack, was last year. Hopefully we can get an album of songs with that level of vocal performance from Riri in 2023. Let's see. That rhymed. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Next up, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge. I think it is basically confirmed at this point that they will be dropping a new album this year. They released a single with her last year, which was an amazing single. I love that song, still in heavy rotation for me. And their last project, X, that came out, I think it is in 2017. Yeah. And I love that project. Absolutely. Well, I love every single Anderson .Paak project. I don't know what to tell you. But I am hoping that they can deliver on the same level or even better than that last project on this new project over here. I'm hella excited, man. They actually teased towards one of the singles, one of the tracks on the album, on the last music video to the single that they released, which sounded absolutely fire. So I'm hoping that we get this album sooner rather than later. And should I really even mention Frank Ocean at this point? Should I really even mention Frank Ocean? I don't even know if we're gonna ever get that album, man. But please, no year is better than this year for a new Frank Ocean project. We all know what Frank Ocean is capable of. We all are waiting in anticipation for a new Frank Ocean project. So hopefully we can get it this year. Chance the Rapper, even though his last album should not even be mentioned, to be honest, I'm still hoping that he can kind of have a resurgence this year with a new project, a new quality project, because that last album was, let's face it, man, it was absolutely horrible. It was terrible. It was one of the worst, if not the worst album from a professional rapper of that year, being The Big Day. But please, we know that Chance can actually rap. We know that he can come up with quality music. So let's hope he does this year. And he actually released a single last year with, I think, Joy Badass. That wasn't that bad. So let's get a new Chance the Rapper album this year that's actually good. Please. Thank you. Tyler, the Creator, is another artist that I wouldn't mind not hearing from, considering the fact that his last album was so good and his last consistent 3-album run has been so fantastic. I will not have any issue going back to those albums if I want to hear Tyler, the Creator music this year. But if he decides to drop, I know it will be quality, so I'm here for it. Also, Eminem. It's been a while since Eminem dropped his last album, Music to Be Murdered By, Side B. And yeah, man, it usually doesn't take Eminem this long to drop a new project. But I'm guessing that if he does, no one will know that he's gonna drop it, and he's gonna just drop it out of thin air, and everybody, the whole internet, is gonna lose their mind for a couple of months. And I can't wait for it. Hopefully it'll happen this year. I also can't believe that I forgot to mention Playboi Carti and Billie Eilish in this video. Obviously, Billie released an album in 2021. That album is still in heavy rotation for me, so I would be okay if she doesn't necessarily drop this year, but nevertheless, I'd be glad if she does, considering the 2 singles that she released last year were 2 of her most maturely written songs yet. So I'd like to hear her explore more mature themes like that in a full-length project. Maybe this year, maybe not. Either way, I'd gladly appreciate new music from her this year. Next up, Playboi Carti released Whole Lotta Red quite some time ago now. Not my favorite project, but still anticipating a new body of work from Playboi Carti, especially given the rumors that he may be releasing sometime very, very soon. So yeah, man. And yeah, man, that's about it. That does it for all the artists that I am expecting, hoping will drop within this year. Let me know if I missed any artists that you are excited to hear from in 2023. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video drops on the channel. Once again, this has been Multifaceted Media. I'm signing out.